Hello, and this is part 3 of Breyer by the Decades for the 1970s. So I've been going in the order of like largest to smallest in scale, which is really just 2 scales because traditional and classics, traditional is 1 to 9, classics is 1 to 12. And I'm only doing 5 models this video, so I will yap a bit more at the end if I have the time. So first up is Terang from 1975 to 1990. He is from, I believe he's from a sport horse series, based on a real horse. I really can't get good lighting, but I don't feel like turning on the actual lights, so I can't see, sorry about that. My Cantering Welsh pony, from 71 to 74. I'm not the biggest fan of this one, but I don't hate it. He's pretty cute, and my friend gave him to me with 41 others. I'll eventually make a video going through all of them, just like, cause. And then I have an Indian pony from 73 to 85. I do have 2 variations of this. My friend actually gave me the other one. His leg's broken though. But here he is. He was like $15–20 at an antique mall. Very pretty, I actually really like him. Yellow Mount from 70 to 87. The Adios mold is honestly one of my favorites, and I only have 2 models on it, and kind of don't like the name of the other one, so I'll probably not talk about him. And last but not least for the night, really can't say least, my Shire from 72 to 76, but not 74. I did underline not, just to make it clear. She was like $30 or $40 because the lady knows the value. I really like this one. She's my only Shire. She's quite the heavy mold, but Chris has cooked with it. And then like a little bit of like extra info for anybody who might not know much or who doesn't know anything about Breyers. Breyers are model horses made of cellulose acetate plastic. Typically, they do have other model or other lines that aren't with that, but like typically they are. They started in 1950, and the sculptor of most of their molds, like in the 1900s, 1950, 2000, obviously, until he died, was Chris Hess. He does have a lot of very pretty molds. I will say that they are quite stylized, but not in a bad way. Like over time they got better, obviously. Better meaning more realistic. And the main scales that they have are traditional and classic, which are like the 2 that they had from the longest, which is 1 to 9 scale for traditional, and classic was also called Freedom Series. They're interchangeable at 1 to 12. And then more recently along in like the 70s, I think, they introduced stablemates, which are 1 to 32 scale, and then later on mini weenies, which are 1 to 64. And they do have other series like Paddock Pals, which are like a scale that I don't know. I don't have any. And like they have Collecte and like Pony Gals or whatever they're called, and Main Beauty, but those aren't like the same. And they did also, like at some point in the early 2000s, I believe, have a limited time 1 to 6 scale run, and there were a couple variations. Those are like relatively expensive to get though. I don't have any. They were springtime foals or springtime fillies. Yeah, that was part 2, 3. Hope you enjoyed.